Hello, my name is Jenny Lynn and this is my channel, and today we're gonna pick the next subjects for the next painting. We don't got very many left. And it is going to be Margaret Thatcher. Whoa. I watched a documentary on her not that long ago. That's a good one. And now, what animal is Margaret going to be hanging out with? Let's see. She is going to be hanging out with a lobster. Ooh. That's gonna be pretty weird. I'm excited about this one though. I've never painted or drawn a lobster before, so that's very exciting. And I've also never painted or made a drawing of Margaret Thatcher for that matter. So let's get started, shall we? You with some amazingly cool facts about lobsters. So lobsters taste with their feet. They have specialized hairs on their legs and feet that help them identify what is food and what they can eat. And their claws. So their largest claw is an amazingly serious crusher. It's actually been measured to pinch up to 100 pounds per square inch. That's like major. That's pretty strong. I don't ever want to get crushed by one of those amazing claws. And lastly, if they happen to lose one of those limbs, they can grow it back. They have the powers of regeneration. It might take them several years to actually grow it back fully, but they totally can do it. So, with that said, I hope you guys learned something. Please keep on watching. is Jenny eating? And today it is going to be a selection from my treat bag from Japan. See, what's it gonna be this time? How about this one? Ooh, it is a very cute little package. It has no indication in English on what could actually be inside, but I think that says karapapa or Karapa. But there's a kitten, a puppy, some other creature, and a little piggy on it. It's very pretty, cute packaging. So let's give it a shot. Whoa. Okay. So these are like little rings. Okay, so it's very crunchy. It's got the consistency of a cheesy poof, but it's got like a sweetness to it. It looks like it might actually, you can tell that it's like got like some kind of seasoning on it, but maybe it's got a slight cinnamon, kind of a sweetness to it. So it's like a mixture of savory and sweet together. They're actually really, really good. It's an interesting flavor combo, but it works. It's very balanced. They're not too sweet, but they're also not too like savory. They're just kind of a nice blend in the middle. Yeah, I really like these. These are very good. I would definitely give these a 5 out of 5. Good job, Japan. And that is all of them. Excellent. Highly recommend Kappa, however you pronounce it. I don't know. Kappa. Sounds good to me. Alright guys, keep on watching. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an art tip in regards to taping or not taping down your paper that you're working on. So when you work with painting on paper, like watercolors and things like that, it is often good. Hi, you want to help me? Okay, it's Ferris. I think he wants to help today. So when you're working with watercolor, oftentimes you will find that your paper, as you start to saturate it with water and with watercolor paint, that the edges start to curl and that the paper will start to warp. So a really helpful thing is, if you don't want your artwork to warp as you are working on it, is to use a little bit of tape. I have a lot of different types of tape here. The best kind of tape that I have found to use is a clean release masking tape. So that way it does not actually harm the paper in any way. And I have a couple different sizes here that I commonly will use. But this tape is very disposable. It's very easy to use. It comes up very cleanly. And I will demonstrate a little bit here how to actually tape the paper. You want to help? What do you think? So what I do is I estimate how long of a piece that I will need, and I put it on the edge and I stick it down to the table like so. The stuff is very easy to rip off with your fingers like this. And usually what I do is I'll put a little bit at the top, and then I will take a little bit of tape and put it on the bottom. Most of my artwork, not all, but most of my artwork I will paint all the way to the edges. So when I start working on those areas, I actually will pull the tape up so that way the paint will get all the way to the edges. You don't really have to worry about the edges if you're making artwork that has a very white, stark background and you're just putting, your subject right like in the middle or, off to the side. You don't really have to worry about pulling the tape up and making sure that you get the paint underneath. And I like to use, I change this out periodically, but I like to use brown paper on my desk area, so that way if I get paint everywhere, it's fine, and then eventually I'll just pull this up, throw it away, and I'll put a new piece of the brown paper underneath. It just helps keep everything really clean, and this tape sticks really well to this brown paper. And then when it's time to pull the tape, I will show you. It pulls off really cleanly, very easily, and there's no mess and no fuss. See? There we go. I don't always use tape because sometimes I do like to move my artwork around like this when I'm working on it. So like in my videos, you will notice that I don't always have tape on the work. The other thing that you can do if you don't want to use a long strip of tape is you can just tape the corners at a diagonal like that, just to kind of hold it down so it doesn't warp or do anything strange on you. And if you don't use tape and you notice that there is warping in your art, when you're done and it's completely dry, you can go ahead and actually put some weight on it like this, or you can frame it and it will actually help to, flatten down the artwork. And if you leave it with a little bit of weight on it for a while, when you take your artwork out, it'll actually be very nice and flat. So there you go. Hope you learned something. Keep on watching.
let's talk a little bit about this fun little artwork. We got Mrs. Fetcha and her little baby lobster, which is cracking me up the whole time. I was just giggling. So if you know anything about Mrs. Thatcher, you know that she was definitely a woman who fought for what she believed in. And so I didn't want to just do kind of a boring picture of her. I wanted to show that, you know, she had that fighting spirit. So I went ahead and I gave her some boxing gloves. Thought it was pretty awesome. And the baby lobster is on her shoulder and he's got his little claws up as if he's gonna be fighting too. And as you know, crustaceans, they can be very defensive. You know, they protect themselves with their little claws. So I thought that would be really, really cute. And this one, of course, I did in watercolor. I didn't do any ink on this particular piece. But I did use colored pencils, you know, layered it on there, gave a little bit of interesting, you know, very sort of 80s sort of color texture to her clothing. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. She has kind of an expression, you know, a little bit of the texture in her skin looks like, you know, maybe she has been fighting. And she got kind of a little, you know, tough lady. You know, they did call her the Iron Lady. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's a fun one. It's definitely fun. So there you go. Keep on watching. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you would, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And go ahead and make sure that you smash that like button. Yeah, that's what all the cool kids are saying. All right, guys, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.